Good afternoon. Thought today I'd make a little video on RC Foamie airplanes. I enjoy flying them. Got away from balsa and the heavier stuff, mainly because of the ease of making a Foamie, but also the cost involved. And with Foamies, because they're flat out and they're a profile plane, they fly really good, but one problem I found with them was the leading edge, just the flat leading edge presenting itself to the oncoming air of foam. And I do use Dollar Tree foam or Elmer's, wherever I happen to be. So I've been looking around, and maybe somebody else has already done this, but I could not find any way of making a good aircraft type, wing type leading edge, an aller that would somehow present itself to the oncoming air and allow the air to transition smoothly over the wing. So I've come up with this little gadget here, and I'd like to see what everybody thinks. So anyway, it's just a piece of scrap that I have. This happens to be the Elmer's board, a glue gun, and a skewer. Of course, you know where to get the skewers from the stores and whatever. They come about $100 to a package, and they cost almost nothing. So here's the method. I hope it works for you. So with the glue gun, this is the point. Obviously, no glue there. No glue on it. Just if you can get the point, just so it rests in between the two layers of outside paper on the board, and melt away the foam as much as you possibly can without doing too much damage to anything else. So here goes. And you can hear it as you go along. I'm not sure it comes through in the video, but it's actually melting down that inside core. So you're making a groove, whoops, sorry about that, making a groove, as you can tell I'm not very good at videos. You're making a groove between the two layers of outside cardboard or whatever they use to hold the foam together. You can hear it melting, and just draw it along. I'm only going to do enough for one skewer, as this is just a demonstration. But run it again, make sure that you're mostly even. For depth, and if you feel you're not deep enough, you can always melt down more. But you'll know after you do this a few times, and of course you'll practice on some scrap. And you're melting that away. What you're doing, of course, is creating a recess or a receiver for one of these bad boys, the skewer. So now the skewer will fit in there like that. Not the best webcam in the world, obviously, but so anyway, the skewer fits in there, gives you a nice tight finish. Then just starting on one end, a piece of tape just to secure it. Then in the other end of the wing, another piece of tape, because skewers are never flat, they're never perfect, so you got to make sure that you're holding them down securely in that groove that you have just made. Okay, so now you've got your leading edge in, and then you want to take a piece of packing tape, of course. I guess is what we all use. Oops. Get it over like so. And then fold the whole thing over underneath your wing. Like that. like that. Smooth it out. Of course, you'll do a much better job than I will. But then you have basically a real smooth leading edge, and if there is any difference between the size of the skewer and the recess you've made, the packing tape will smooth it all out and allow that wind to come up and over real smoothly. It looks good. It looks professional. At the end, of course, you can just cut it off, sand it off. And I've done this on a lot, well, I guess probably in my last 10 or 12 planes. Here's one I just finished a little while ago. I'm not even sure what it was. Probably one of Ewo's designs. Thank you very much, Ewo. You're the greatest. Anyway, so that's embedded in there as a leading edge. As you can see here at the end, gives you a bit of a profile of what it's like. The wind comes up and over, and it allows the separation point of the air come over. It allows that separation point to be much further back. And because that separation point is kept back, the more wind, the more air stays on that wing and is pulling it up. It has another feature, and it's just something that happened. It wasn't my design or anything, but instead of adding carbon fiber rods or whatever through there, I don't have to now, because this on the leading edge has a double purpose. It allows as a leading edge and as a wing stiffener. Again, I just stumbled on that by accident. Do not take credit for that. So it works really good. It's really smooth, and if you've flown aircraft with just the flat portion of the wing, leading edge, and with a folded over wing or a manufactured plane, I guess would be the way. It's quite a difference. I mean, they just fly beautifully with this on, and I've noticed a night and day difference with this on. Give it a try. It's so simple. I mean, you got to put in you're likely going to put in something to stiffen through here anyway. Why not do this and have it do double duty? Nice way to do it is to do it all before the wing goes on, of course. And it works very simple. Just something else I guess I should talk about while I'm on here. This is when I'm building my planes, I always end up with one half of the Velcro not being used. So I end up at 3 or 4 feet after a while of this fuzzy stuff. I use the hook part for different planes that I build. Of course, I crash them or whatever, and they're gone. But the fuzzy stuff always stays on the batteries, so I end up using the hook. So I had a bunch of this fuzzy stuff, and so I just put it on around here. It forms itself really nicely here. You can land. I land in the desert. Never an issue. It takes bumps. It takes the grinds. It'll save your aircraft. Doesn't look bad either. Okay. That's all I got for you today. Enjoy flying.